The Land Force of Mexico, a tour of its nationally developed military vehicles. Mexico, through its Secretariat of National Defense, has in recent decades promoted the development and production of military vehicles with the aim of strengthening its sovereignty and adapting its vehicle fleet to the specific needs of the territory and the security challenges it faces, mainly the fight against organized crime and supporting the population in hard-to-reach areas. These developments, carried out by the General Directorate of Military Industry, DGIM, seek to provide the armed forces with robust, versatile equipment, and, in many cases, with a level of armor that guarantees the safety of personnel in high-risk operations. Let's learn about some of the most relevant models developed or assembled in Mexico, their function, key specifications, and their presence on the ground. Armored tactical vehicles. In the first category, we find armored tactical vehicles, designed for the safe transport of personnel and operations in urban and rural environments with threats of aggression. Vehicle, Plazan Sandcat, MX version. Development, although of Israeli design by Plazan, Mexico assembles and operates an adapted version known as Sandcat MX. Its incorporation into the Mexican vehicle fleet dates back to around 2011 or shortly after, marking a milestone in the modernization and adaptation of armored vehicles. Functionality and terrain, high-mobility multipurpose vehicle, ideal for patrolling, reconnaissance, troop transport, and anti-drug operations in various terrains, including roads and irregular paths. Specifications, commonly based on the chassis of heavy-duty Ford trucks, such as the F-Series Super Duty. Weight, varies according to the version and level of armor, generally between 4 and 9 tons. Capacity, can transport up to 8 to 13 people, including the crew. Armor, composite, designed to offer protection against firearms of various calibers and shrapnel. There are different levels of armor, such as B6/B7. Engine, typically high-power diesel engines, adapted from the base commercial chassis. Traction, 4x4. Skirmishes, widely used in internal security operations, including clashes with organized crime groups in various regions of the country. Its armored design has been crucial in protecting personnel in ambushes and shootings. Videos of operations and news about its use in conflict zones demonstrate its participation. Comparison, comparable to other MRAP, mine-resistant ambush-protected, vehicles or light armored tactical vehicles used by police and military forces worldwide, such as the Oshkosh MATV, although the latter is larger and typically has superior armor, or the Textron M1117 Guardian ASV. Vehicle, KITM. Development, tactical vehicle of Mexican design and production by the DGIM, publicly presented around 2021. It is based on commercial truck chassis. Functionality and terrain, all-terrain vehicle with light armor, designed primarily for the transport of personnel in high-risk areas and support in various operations. Specifications, based on the chassis of a Ford F-550 truck. Capacity, can transport up to 11 people, including the driver. Armor, light armor with military-grade steel. Traction, 4x4. Skirmishes, it has been deployed in internal security operations since its introduction. Videos of parades and news about its deployment indicate its operational use. Comparison, it resembles light armored personnel carriers based on commercial platforms, such as some models of the Iveco LMV, light multi-role vehicle, series used by other armies for patrol and secure transport tasks. Vehicle, Cimarron. Development, another tactical vehicle of Mexican design and production by the DGIM, often mentioned alongside the KITM. Its development is contemporary to the KITM, around 2021. Functionality and terrain, similar to the KITM, it is an all-terrain vehicle with light armor intended for the transport of personnel and logistical support in operation zones. Specifications, since it is often presented alongside the KITM and fulfills a similar function, the specifications tend to be comparable, probably based on a similar or related chassis like the Ford F-550. It specializes in the transport of personnel and cargo. Skirmishes, deployed in internal security operations. Videos of parades and its mention in operational news confirm this. Comparison, similar to the KITM in its role and base, comparable to vehicles such as the Arquus Sherpa Light Scout or the Eagle V in light personnel transport configurations. Vehicle, DN-11. Development, vehicle of Mexican design and production by the DGIM, arising from the experience with the Sandcat. Mentioned as developed from 2011. Functionality and terrain, tactical vehicle used for reconnaissance, patrolling, and light transport. Suitable for varied terrains. Specifications, based on the Sandcat chassis. Capacity, generally for 4 crew members. Armor, light, focused on protection against smaller caliber firearms. Can be armed with machine guns. Skirmishes, used in patrol and security operations. Videos in operations and parades show it in active service. Comparison, it is placed in the category of light armored reconnaissance vehicles, similar to the Spanish URO VAMTAC ST5 or the AM General HMMWV in some of its light armored variants, although the HMMWV is an older design. Vehicle, DN-12. Development, evolution of the DN-11 design, also developed by the DGIM. Functionality and terrain, performs similar functions to the DN-11, with possible improvements in performance and protection. Specifications, detailed information may be publicly limited, but it is expected to improve upon the capabilities of the DN-11. It measures approximately 6 m in length and has a turret for a gunner. Skirmishes, deployed in patrol and security tasks. Videos show it in convoys and parades. Comparison, similar to the DN-11 and its foreign counterparts, representing an improvement or variant of the concept. Vehicle, Miura. Development, tactical vehicle mentioned in some sources as a Mexican development, often associated with WBA blindages Allemands. Its development is part of the recent efforts of the military industry. Functionality and terrain, described as a unit designed as a reaction force and troop transport. Robust and all-terrain. Specifications, based on a Ram 4000 chassis, 5.7-liter V8 engine, 4x4 traction, integral armor, often level B6. Capacity for about 6 people. Skirmishes, limited information on its specific combat use, but its armored design suggests its use in high-risk areas. Video associates it with the former gendarmerie and federal police in operational areas. Comparison, difficult to compare directly without detailed specifications of all variants, but it could fall into the category of medium armored tactical vehicles, similar to some vehicles used by elite police forces in other countries. Vehicle, Carnav. Development, another tactical vehicle mentioned as a Mexican development, associated with blindages EPL. Functionality and terrain, described as a versatile all-terrain vehicle, ideal for rescue and patrol work with a light configuration and ample cargo capacity. Specifications, 6.7 LV8 diesel engine, automatic transmission, reinforced suspension, 475 HP power. Skirmishes, limited information on its specific combat use in Mexico, although its sale to other countries for security is mentioned. Comparison, could be compared to light 4x4 high-mobility tactical vehicles. Vehicle, Hurricane. Development, tactical vehicle. Some sources associate it with WBA blindages Allemands in Mexico. Functionality and terrain, agile transport. Used by security forces. Specifications, armor with anti-explosive overlaps, side gun ports. Capacity to transport around 10 personnel. Armor capable of protecting against .50 caliber, according to one source. Skirmishes, used by security forces in Mexico and exported to other countries for security tasks. Comparison, another example of an armored tactical vehicle, comparable to other models from manufacturers specializing in armor and personnel transport. Vehicle, Black Mamba B6. Development, also related to TPS armoring in Mexico, often associated with variants of the Sandcat or similar concepts with B6/B7 armor. Functionality and terrain, armored vehicle for transport and security. High capacity for rapid operation in any urban terrain or off-road paths. Specifications, level B6 or B7 armor, depending on the version, based on Ford F-250 or F-550 chassis. Capacity for 13 passengers. Can equip various armaments. Skirmishes, used in high-risk operations against organized crime, capable of repelling attacks. Comparison, directly comparable to other vehicles with B6/B7 armor available in the international market for police and military forces. Conclusions. The Mexican Army, through the General Directorate of Military Industry, has demonstrated a growing capacity in the development and assembly of military vehicles adapted to its operational needs. These vehicles, from armored transports to light reconnaissance vehicles, are essential tools in the country's security and defense strategy. While detailed information on some specific skirmishes is reserved, their constant deployment in internal security operations confirms their active role in the Mexican theater of operations. The comparison with similar foreign vehicles underscores the global trend toward modular and adaptable tactical vehicles, a path that Mexico is also taking.